Breakouts. Let's talk about our favorites next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. As always, make sure to follow and stream us on Spotify. Today is Friday, March 11th. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Scott White. And let's start with our favorite breakout, Scotty. And for you, that is blank.
Oh, I feel like I've talked about him so much, but you said favorite, so I'm going to say Willy Adames is my favorite breakout. And, part of it, you could argue he already broke out last year, but he's not being drafted like it. He is going outside the top 12 shortstops, which means in a 12-team league, you can get him almost as an afterthought. Around close to like the 150th pick off the board. After joining the Brewers last year, Adames hit 285 with 20 homers and an 886 OPS. So that's 285, 886 OPS. During his career with the Rays on the road, he hit 291 with an 858 OPS. So nearly identical to his time with the Brewers. Clearly, Tropicana Field was holding him back. It's a terrible place to hit. He complained about the batter's eye there. It's dimly lit. The roof is kind of white, so it's easy to lose the ball in it. And some hitters really seem to struggle there. Adames, based on what he showed last year, I think he could possibly deliver Carlos Correa type numbers, maybe even deliver Xander Bogaerts types numbers, and Bogaerts goes 100 picks earlier.
I'm a fan, Willy Adames. I know Chris likes him as well. I'm going to give you my favorite breakout, and that is Shane McClanahan, who has an ADP of 103.8. Last year, a 3.43 ERA, 1.27 whip, over a strikeout per inning. The stuff is nasty. We're talking about an upper 90s fastball. Shane McClanahan has 4 different pitches that he throws at least 8% of the time. 14.8% swinging strike rate last year. That was tied for 8th among starting pitchers with at least 120 innings from last season. He allows a lot of hard contact. I think it's something he's got to work on with the Rays in terms of sequencing or pitch calling, whatever it might be. But the stuff is there. And I think if everything comes together, he throws 150, 160 plus innings this year. I think we're looking at a potential top 20, maybe even top 15 starting pitcher. Again, that is Shane McClanahan. Scotty, who is breakout number 2 for you?
Breakout number 2 for me is Patrick Sandoval, who's another one we all like. It begins with his changeup, which might be the best swing and miss pitch for any starting pitcher. It is an amazing pitch, and he actually showed a slider that was pretty dominant in his own right last year too. It all added up to him having a 15.2% swinging strike rate, which would have ranked 6th if Sandoval had the innings to qualify. He had a start with 30 swings and misses, which is something Max Scherzer can't say he did last year, nor Corbin Burns, nor Jacob deGrom. Sandoval did it. 30 swinging strikes in that one start. From the time he joined the rotation in mid-May up until the end of the season, a 3.12 ERA and 106 whip. He does have some control issues, and the reason he may not be high on everybody's radar is because he ended last year early with a lumbar spine issue. But if he can stay healthy, if he can keep the walks down, the stuff is just electric, and he could surge in the rankings this year as a result.
Breakout number 2 for me, Luis Urias. He's got an ADP of 227.2, former prospect, then with the San Diego Padres, traded to the Milwaukee Brewers. His first full season last year, he hit 249, 23 homers, 5 steals, a 789 OPS, strong walk rate, manageable strikeout rate, and he got better in the second half in all the ways that you want to see a young hitter get better. He improved that strikeout rate, improved the walk rate, more line drives, more hard contact, and he's triple eligible on CBS. Again, that is Luis Urias, second base, third base, shortstop eligibility. Scott, who you got for breakout number 3?
Oneil Cruz, much further down the list. In some leagues, he's might not be drafted at all, going around 250th on average. He's a shortstop. He's very unusual among shortstops because he's 6'7". That's Aaron Judge's height. But he also impacts the ball like Aaron Judge. Baseball America recently published a list showing the average exit velocity of every hitter in their top 100 prospects. Cruz's was far and away the best. 94 miles per hour is what he averaged impacting the ball, which is something only a handful of major leaguers can say, Judge among them. So he also steals a lot of bases. You project last year's minor league numbers over 150 games. Cruz ends up with 41 steals to go along with 37 home runs. And, with that size, you wonder about, our major league pitchers going to find holes in his swing? Maybe, but even if he's a 30+% strikeout guy, impacting the ball that hard, I mean, Judge managed to overcome it. Cruz could potentially as well, and he's a shortstop. So it's just like, I don't know exactly if he's going to be the Pirates shortstop on opening day, but the upside for his price is just too much. It's too much to pass up.
Scotty, we are 3 for 3. All three breakouts that you mentioned today were either in my breakouts 1.0 or 2.0 on the site. So we are simpatico, my friend. For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. We'll be back again on Monday morning. Bye-bye.